بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بهديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، صيل فضيلة الشيخ رحمه الله: امرأة أفطرت أياما من رمضان العام الماضي ثم قضتها في آخر شعبان، وجاءتها العادة واستمرت معها حتى دخل رمضان هذا العام، وقد بقي عليها يوم واحد، فماذا يجب عليها؟ With regards to what we mentioned yesterday about delaying the missed days, making up missed days from last Ramadan all the way up until the following Sha'ban or the following Ramadan. We explained this yesterday. Now there's a new twist to this question, and that is a woman who missed days for one reason or another. She didn't make up those days until the next Ramadan or Sha'ban, and it's 10 days left before Ramadan, or 8 days or 6 days or 12 days, and before she has the ability to make up the days, she has her menstrual cycle. So obviously, hypothetically speaking, there are 4 days left in Sha'ban, 4 to 5 days, and her mens is normally 6 to 7 days. She's not going to have enough time. So now what does she do? Does she have to pay an expiation? Is she sinful for doing this? A man is different. A man can wait until the last minute. He doesn't have menses. Something happens, he gets into an accident, he gets terribly sick. That's out of the ordinary. But a woman normally has a mens at least once a month. So what is the ruling? Everybody understand this always? So this is a smaller circle inside of the bigger circle now. And many of the rulings are going to be based off of the previous ruling as well. But it's finely tuned. فأجاب فضيلته بقوله: يجب عليه أن تقضي هذا اليوم الذي لم تتمكن من قضائه قبل دخول رمضان هذا العام، فإذا انتهى رمضان هذه السنة قضت ما فاتها من رمضان العام الماضي بكل هذه السهولة، لا كفارة ولا إطعام ولا شيء. He says here, the only thing that she has to do is make up the day that she didn't have the ability to make up from the previous Ramadan. And then when Ramadan is finished, she makes up the days of the previous year, and then that's it. There's nothing more and there is nothing less. And that fatwa was given by Sheikh Ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala. The next question says: Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. من كذا 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 إلى جناب المكرم الشيخ الفاضل محمد صالح العثيمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. على الدوام دمتم ومن لديكم في كامل الصحة والسرور. أما بعد، نهنئكم بشهر رمضان المبارك، جعلنا الله وإياكم من صوامه وقوامه ومن عتقائه من النار وإخواننا المسلمين. ثم بعد، متع الله بك. هنا امرأة العام الماضي جاءها رمضان وهي حبلى، لم تصوم حتى جاء رمضان هذه السنة وهي الآن صائمة. هل يكون رمضان هذه السنة عن العام الماضي، أو تصوم رمضان هذه السنة إذا أفطرت ويكون بدل هذه أو عن هذه السنة؟ وهل على زوجها إطعام أو تصوم فقط، أم كيف الحكم؟ أفتني أثابك الله الجنة. Question says, it's actually a letter that was written to Sheikh Uthaymeen rahimahullah during his lifetime. A person, he prays for him, he makes dua for him, and he basically says, there was a woman, last year she was pregnant. Last Ramadan she was pregnant, so she didn't fast. Okay, everybody understand this? And she didn't make up the missed days, the entire month obviously, until the following Ramadan. So now she can fast for one reason or another. She isn't breastfeeding or whatever the case may be, she's fasting now. So this Ramadan, is it a substitute for last Ramadan that she missed? Or does she fast this month and then later on make up the 29 or the 30 days mustaqbalan? Everybody understand this? It's 2 Ramadans that she has to do now. Last year she missed the entire month. She missed what? The entire month last year because she's pregnant. Now in this year she's fasting. How many times does she have to fast now? Twice. Last Ramadan and this Ramadan. So which one is which? Her niyyah is for which one? Do you make up the missed first, or do you perform the current? Everybody understand this? So therefore, her husband, does he have to pay any expiation, feed any poor Muslims, or is she just to fast? So what is the ruling? Please give us the answer. May Allah give you Jannah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Min Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen ila al-Akh al-Mukarram. نقطة حفظه الله وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. ثم نشكركم على التهنئة بشهر رمضان، سائلين الله تعالى أن يجزيكم عنا خيرا، وأن يوفقنا جميعا لفعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات، ويتقبل منا ومن جميع المسلمين. ومن جهة سؤالك فجوابه بالله توفيق. صيام المرأة المذكورة هذا الشهر عن هذه السنة، فإذا أفطرت قضت رمضان العام الماضي، ولا يجوز أن تنوي هذا الشهر عن صيام العام الماضي، فإن فعلت لم يصح. After giving the salams, replying the dua, thanking him for the letter, he says, this woman who broke her fast last year, she is to fast this year. And she makes up the missed Ramadan whenever she has the ability. It is unlawful and it is invalid for her to have the intention of making the old Ramadan. Forget it for now. Right now, just make this Ramadan and worry about that past Ramadan what? A later time. He then says, وإذا أفطرت من هذا الشهر وصامت عن العام الماضي فإن كان تأخيره إلى بعد رمضان هذه السنة لعذر فلا شيء عليها مع الصيام، وإن كان لغير عذر فعليه إطعام مسكين مع كل يوم تصومه على المشهور من المذهب وهو أحوط. He then says رحمه الله تعالى, he says, and if she breaks her fast من هذا الشهر, and she fasts for the previous Ramadan, then if she did it for a reason, then there's nothing upon her, a legitimate excuse. If there wasn't a legitimate excuse, then the well-known view from the madhab of Imam Ahmad is that she has to fast and also feed for each day. And he says, and that's safest. That's safest, if there wasn't an excuse. وخلاصة الجواب إنه يجب أن تنوي هذا الشهر لهذه السنة، فإذا فرغت منه صامت عن العام الماضي، ثم إن كان تأخيرها إياه لعذر فلا شيء عليه سوى الصيام، وإن كان لغير عذر فعليها مع الصيام إطعام مسكين لكل يوم، وإن كان لغير عذر فعليها مع الصيام إطعام مسكين لكل يوم، وليس على زوجها شيء، هذا ما لزم، شرفونا بما يلزم، والله يحفظكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. He says the summary of the answer is, it is a must for her to intend to fast this month of this year, and when she's finished this Ramadan, she makes up for the previous missed Ramadan. And the reason why she didn't make up the previous Ramadan, if it was an excuse, all year long she was breastfeeding, she was sick, she was traveling, then there's nothing upon her except to make up the missed Ramadan. As far as if she had the ability to do so, and she just chose to be lazy and to procrastinate, then she must make a kafara. Every day that she fasts, she must what? Feed a poor Muslim. Everybody understand this? وَلَيْسَ عَلَى زَوْجِهَا شَيْءٌ. He says, and it's nothing upon her husband. Her husband doesn't have to pay for it. She has to pay for it. He says here, this is what she has to do. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This fatwa was given in the year 1384 of the Hijrah. He then says here, the compiler in the footnote, he says, هذا ما كان يراه فضيلة شيخنا رحمه الله تعالى ثم اختار أنه لا يلزم الإطعام. He says, the compiler says, this is the previous opinion that he had. And then the Sheikh changed his view, and he says that she doesn't have to make any type of expiation period. She doesn't have to make any type of expiation period. And as the Sheikh said in the answer, whether it's the strongest view or not, it's definitely what? Safest. It's definitely what? Safest. She's covering her ground. Wallahu alam. Covering her tracks. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best.